What's up, you guys? It's 3 Stacks. I'm super excited to bring this to you today. So I know I've been out of this thing for a while. I was working and Christmas. I got some time off, so I wanted to bring you guys some more content. Excuse me. So first I want to go over my Cyber Angel Heralds. I made some adjustments that I feel are for the best. Some changes in my main deck. Also, I want to bring you guys my Necros because there are a lot of Necros fans out there. It was one of the best decks for a long time. Everybody loves Necros to this day. And after that, I'm going to do a top 10 video based on the information I've collected off of, performance and what decks have been topping. I'm going to give you guys the top 10 decks for 2017 because December is pretty much over. So let's just hop into this main deck. Sorry for wasting so much time. So I'm running 3 Benton. She's the searcher of the deck. This deck is like Necros, but just like 10 times stronger. Almost every single card in the deck actually searches, draws, or gives you some form of advantage. So every card you draw is good. Naturally, every single card you draw is good, and that's no lie. Especially after this upgraded version. And then I'm running 3 of my shield. Herald of Perfection, he's just too strong. He's way too strong, especially going first. And then 1 Saphira. I want to get an ultimate rare of her. But this is my sword and this is my shield. It's the ultimate feel to have this, to be able to negate. And then if you don't even need to draw, you can steal a card from your opponent. And also making her going first, being able to go Ouroboros, steal a card from their hand. Saphira, steal a card from their hand. They have 4 cards to play with, and you have Herald to negate. So naturally, you're going to negate everything they have. They'll be left with no cards in hand, no cards in field, and you can attack freely. And you're going to regain fairies in your hand, so even if they top deck something like Raigeki or Soul Charge, you can negate that. So naturally, you just win. And I'm not going to lie, 85% of the times that I was able to make Herald going first, I won. There were times where it got outed by a Kaiju, but that was just rare, and they just had to draw into it. And also, I was just able to have so many follow plays. So this is just the most powerful board, and Saphira is so strong. The draw 2 discard, I actually ran into my Metal Foes Fusion, discarded that. Next turn, I was able to +1 after all my searches. She's just so powerful, and having her Ritual Spell protects this board. So I wouldn't change this at all. That's it for the blue cards. And then we've got Triple Manju. He's just the standard searcher of the deck. He's really powerful. I like him a lot. The fact he's a level 4, he gives you rank 4 options, and just searching for your searcher is just really strong. And this is still the best combo. Staff, chair. I actually added my scale. Now the reason being was I was getting really irritated with resolving all 3 of my chairs and then summoning staff off of my Ritual Sanctuary and having no more targets to search. So essentially, I put him back in because I wanted another target to search to have more fairies in hand to discard for Herald of Perfection. And also, you can actually make your Deltaros with him. And then every time you Ritual Summon, you draw a card. If your opponent special summons a monster from hand, you get to draw a card. So he's pretty powerful in that sense. And he can also target a light monster in your grave, put it on top of your deck. Recycle your extra deck or your main deck. And also, he can special summon a Star Seraph from hand. So he's pretty powerful. So yeah. And this is a spicy tech. I actually play a counter fairy engine. Just a very small counter fairy engine. Just the one guiding Ariadne. Now, I'm running only one because I don't want to brick. I'm going to show you guys the combo in a combo tutorial that I'm going to do. Well, actually, I'm going to show you guys in this video. I'm just going to rush through the deck profile so I can show you the combo with this. Now, it's a going first combo, and it's very, very powerful. In fact, I never lost when I made that board. It's like Metal Foe Yang Zin on steroids. So I run him because you can play your counter shots for free, and he searches them. He's a really powerful plus. And then Herald of the Orange Light, the DT. This just is responsible for like 6 cards in my extra deck, so I have to run them. Also because I can make fusions, XYZs, synchros, and rituals. All 4 of them. I love that. That's another reason why I love this deck, because I can make any kind of monster. So you would think that Dimensional Barrier hurts my deck, but I can make any 4. So if you call Ritual, I can Synchro. If you call Synchro, I can XYZ. If you call XYZ, I can Fuse, Synchro, Ritual. It doesn't matter. Dimensional Barrier does not lock down my deck. I just have so much room for creativity and so much space for different diverse plays. Triple Ritual Sanctuary is just too broken not to run at 3. It's powerful. You win games off of this spell. It keeps you in the game. It lets you live. And I decided to run 2 Terraforming this time. My problem was I drew into too many times. In fact, one time I drew into 2 Terraformings and a Ritual Sanctuary, and I was pissed off because it just killed my hand. So I just decided to cut it down to 2. I still need to get 1 more super rare of it, but I'm just going to keep it at 2. It works better. The fact that you can recycle is fine. So having 2 doesn't mean that you're missing for anything. It still helps to load up spells in the grave, but cutting the 1 terraforming does not hurt the deck at all. In fact, it made it more consistent for me. And then triple pre-prep, the best +1 in the deck. I actually am going to try out Pot of Desires. I got 2 coming. I'm just going to try that 2 instead of 3 because I don't want to break with it. Then triple down to the Herald and 1 Hymn of Light. Now this is to summon Saphira, and also you can just pitch it in grave to protect your place. So if your Herald would be destroyed, it's not destroyed. And then the 1-ups. The 1-ups are actually the best spells in this deck. Prep, 1 Day of Peace, I'm taking it out. It actually saved my life. Like literally, just the fact that I didn't really care for the draw because I already had enough cards in hand, but I played it so that I wouldn't take damage. It was like a Wabaku. And even though my opponent couldn't take damage, I didn't care because I wasn't trying to do damage. I was trying to live. And then Upstart, just more draw power. Metaphor's Fusion, more draw power. It's a spell that you ditch with Ritual Sanctuary. Instant Fusion, I consider this like an upstart because I always make either Daigusto Emerald or Fairy Cheer Girl. So whenever I play this spell, I draw. So it's just like upstart. And also, this is a 1-card Utopia the Lightning. So if you top deck this and it's the only card in your hand, you can still make Utopia the Lightning and just get a push. Really strong. And the next best 1-ups are Raigeki and Soul Charge. Soul Charge is so powerful in this deck. Naturally, I just play Soul Charge for 1 or 2. Like, sometimes I'll just Soul Charge for 1, act like an Instant Fusion, special Star Seraph Scepter, recycle it back into my main deck, and I draw so much, I run into this. I Soul Charged 3 times when I was at the UDS in 1 game. It was stupid. It was like running 3 Soul Charge. And then I'm running 3 Counter Traps. This is the Solemn Trio. Now, if I wanted to, I can run Triple Strike, I can run 2 of that, and I can run 1 of that, but just having the 3, because this deck is geared to go first, so you don't want to draw into too many traps. You much rather search them to set up your board. So these are powerful. And I actually decided to main the Scolding because I have Ariadne, so I can play this for free in this deck without paying 3,000. And it's just really annoying when my opponent baits out my Herald to force me to negate and then activates Strike and kills my Herald. So this is kind of to be able to activate this and negate the Strike and keep my Herald. But in addition to that, it is another negate. So like if there's something that Herald can't keep up with because it's spell speed 3, Scolding is good for that. And it negates anything. Monster, spell trap, any monster effect, spell trap effect, and it negates a summon. But it only specifies 1 monster, which is still fine because ABC Buster Dragon is still a threat. And 1 Vanities because it just wins. That's the main deck. It's actually 42 cards and it's so consistent I wouldn't change anything. My tokens. Then Ultimaya Tzolkin, Crystal Wing, Clear Wing, Coral Dragon, and Stardust Charge Warrior. So I decided not to run Galaxy Soldier for this build. It's not that he was bad. It's just that there were times when I just drew into him, like top decking, and there's nothing I can do. And also when I used my Saphira one time, I drew into a Galaxy Soldier, and spell card. It was I think it was 1 Day of Peace. Discarded it, and then I have nothing to negate with my Herald, and I ended up losing that game. So Galaxy Soldier was good and bad, but I only want cards that are good and not bad. So I decided to take out Galaxy Soldier and put him in my Blue Eyes deck. And it's been running very, very smooth without him. It is nice to have the extra negate, but that's kind of why I'm running the Counter Fairy variant, so that I'm not missing out on the negates. So I put him in because he's another draw. He is a 6, so you can tribute him for your ritual summons. You can synchro, you can still make him draw a card, and then you can go into Crystal Wing off of him with Herald. So there's multiple ways to get Crystal Wing aside from Tzolkin, so it is better. And then the Utopia package. This is so powerful. As I explained in the previous video, this is a OTK by itself. You summon him, all monsters attack becomes 0. Then you make Lightning, attack for 5,000 and attack for 3,000. And you detach Utopia from the Lightning, so you can actually chain his effect to banish him, special summon him, gain 1,250 life points, and then swing again if it wasn't enough damage. Like let's say you upstarted, gave him 9,000 life points, you could still kill them even if you put them at 9,000. It's just too broken. Utopia package is on point. And kind of like the Star Seraph package, Evil Trish, Deltaros, and the Diamond. Making the Diamond essentially is another negate, so you can kind of make a board like this, like that, and Herald. And with this and Herald of Perfection, you have a lot of negates. And if you have a Scolding set, you get game. And then I'm running 2 Daigusto Emerald. He's like the best card in my extra deck because he keeps me in the game. And the draw 1 has saved my life so many times. I've literally drawn the card that I really needed off of him. And being able to recycle Star Scepter and Sovereignty to use them again is just too broken. And he can recycle pretty much anything. Like sometimes I use Deltaros and Ouroboros, and I still had Scepter Sovereignty combos. So I used him to recycle Deltaros. So that's how I like him at 2. And the Fairy Chill Girl, if you can notice that she's DT. And the Norden. So I do like that the deck is Ritual, Synchros, XYZ, and Fusion. And then a side deck, I'm still siding 3 Denko Seikas. Not just for Paleozoics, but because traps came back, and I just don't want to worry about strikes and stuff. And then double Necro Valley. This is essentially my Abyss Dweller. It's a lot more powerful, and it's searchable through terraformings. So it's just too strong. 2 Dust Tornado, because I don't want to lose to Secret Village of the Spellcasters. 2 Solemn Strikes. 2 Quaking Mirror Force. I explained in the last video that this is your out to Totally Awesome. If you don't draw like Lava Golem, this is your out to Totally Awesome and Bahamut Shark and Dark Law and stuff like Cyber Dragon Infinity. It's your out. It's even your out to Buster Dragon, because if they swing with him, you can activate this. They try to chain to tag out, you activate Strike, and then you just broke the board. And even with Totally Awesome or Cyber Dragon Infinity, they swing, activate this. Infinity or Totally Awesome would attempt to negate the activation of this. Then you strike them. They can't respond. Their board is broken. And essentially, they played like maybe 5 or 6 cards from their hand to make that board, and all you did was play 2, completely break their board, and they lose way more resources than you did. And then for going second, Double Maxi, Lava Golem, and Kaiju. I need a second Lava Golem, but for right now, I was able to find an ultra rare Lava Golem, and I'm happy about that because it just outboards. So yeah, that's the main deck, you guys. I'm so satisfied. I really am. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the combo really fast while I still have time. So please bring the camera here. So you pretty much need a pre-prep. You need Dawn. You need either Ritual Sanctuary. You just pretty much need a way to search for Benton. You need that, and you need either stick or chair. It doesn't matter. So let's say you have chair, and then you need Ritual Sanctuary. So this combo is gonna be very powerful. So first things first, we're gonna activate Ritual Sanctuary. We're gonna discard Herald, Dawn of the Herald, and we are going to search for Benton. We got Benton in hand. Then we're going to activate Prep. And we're going to add Herald of Perfection from our deck to our hand. And then add Dawn of the Herald from our grave to our hand. So now we're back at 5 cards. Then we're going to activate Pre-Prep. And we're going to search for Hymn of Light and my girlfriend Saphira. And then now we're at 6 cards in hand. And so first things first, we're going to activate Dawn of the Herald. We're going to tribute Benton to summon Dawn, Benton's effect. You're going to banish Dawn of the Herald, add Benton back to hand. You're going to search for Star Seraph Scepter. And then you're going to activate Hymn of Light. You're going to tribute Benton and summon Saphira. Saphira is going to resolve at the end phase. And you have Hymn of Light engraved to protect. Try to get a good view of all these cards from your deck. And then from Benton, you're going to search for Guiding Ariadne. Then you're going to normal summon Scepter. Scepter's effect, you're going to chain Sovereignty, draw a card. Then Scepter resolves, you're going to search for another Sovereignty, special summon that, draw a card, right? It doesn't matter what the card is. This is just for the sake of the video combo, the combo in the video. Then you're going to activate Guiding Ariadne, overlay these. And since this is a going first combo, this is what you're making your first turn. We're going to make Ouroboros. Scepter is going to pop Ariadne. You're going to draw another card. It was Manju. And then you're going to use Ariadne, reveal these 3. Let your opponent pick one. Naturally, they're probably going to give you Scolding just because it costs 3,000 life points. Because Scolding is probably easier to play around than these are. But either way, it doesn't matter which one of these they give you because it's bad for them either way. So they're probably going to give you Scolding or Strike. So let's say they give you Scolding. They could have gave you anything. But for the sake of video, I'm just going to pick this. So now that's in your hand. You're at 4 cards in hand right now, right? So you made this board. You started with 5 cards. Now you have 4. You're going to use Evil Trish to rip a card from their hand. During the end phase, you have 2 options during the end phase. You can use Saphira, discard another card from their hand. And you do have, because you're going to set the Scolding. So you do have 2 negates in your hand for Herald. And then negate set. So out of the 4 cards that they have, you can negate 3 of them. Which naturally that means game. But for the sake of this, I'm actually going to use Saphira, draw 2, and discard. Just to, and we're going to discard, let's say we drew into Benton, we're going to discard that. And now we're back at 5 cards in hand. Ridiculous, right? Very, very powerful. So you just made this board practically for free. You started with 5 cards, you ended with 5 cards, and this is your board. So it's pretty powerful. And my bad, Guardian Ariadne is in the extra deck. So yeah, it's really strong. No, I'm sorry, you didn't end with 5 cards. You ended with 4 cards in hand. My bad. I actually drew 3 cards instead of 2. So drew 2 discard. This is your hand now. You have 4 cards in hand. It could be any 4 cards, but you know for sure guaranteed that you have fairies in your hand. And this board is, it's just very, very difficult to play around. Because Herald of Perfection by himself going first is powerful. But now you got Saphira at the end phase. You've got Scolding if they even try to mess with you. And they also still have to worry about the Evil Trish because he's a problem. And you have Hymn of Light in your graveyard. In addition to that, if we were able to get 4 spells in our grave during this combo, we could have summoned Star Seraph Scepter back and then got a search and got another fairy. So it's just, it could be even more powerful. That's just if Saphira drew into a spell instead of Solemn Warning, because I drew into Solemn Warning off of Saphira. But that's only because of how I had my cards organized. My deck wasn't shuffled. But naturally, it's going to be a spell. You're going to pitch the spell. Now you have 4 spells engraved, so you can bring back Scepter and get another fairy. So it's just, it's so broken. Like, I'm telling you, just that one combo alone, like, that combo won me games. Once I learned how to do that, I'm going for that combo every first turn. It's just too broken. And also, my deck is so free at times that I'm just able to do the combo for just nothing. It's stupid. And I really do think that that's so broken. I was able to make it, and it costed me 1 card. I started with 5, ended with 4. It's just so broken. I love this deck so much, man. I'm a Herald enthusiast. Like, this deck is just too good. People don't consider it to be one of the top decks. That's fine. You know, I'm very happy when one of my decks actually aren't on the top 10, meaning they're under the radar, because come the ban list isn't going to touch my deck. It's going to touch the other decks. So I'm glad. I really do care if people like start running this deck a lot more, because that would kind of push it in the line of being hit on the ban list. Like, it would get it on the radar. But Herald is not one of the top 10 decks. For some reason, I just don't know why. Well, I think it's a really powerful deck in my opinion, but just that the mass majority of people don't think that Herald is as good as it seems to be. But it is good. I can prove it to you guys. You guys have seen me do it this deck. You've seen the potential of it. And I'm sorry that I've been taking so long. I just really wanted to give you guys as much explanation as possible for you to understand why I run this deck, why I run the cards in it, and that combo. I had to show you that combo because it's like Metal Foes Yang Zins on some steroids. So God bless you guys. I appreciate you so much. And thank you guys so much for your support. Y'all be safe. God bless you. And just stay tuned for the next videos. I got more coming. Peace.